Things are looking rough for Chrisean Rock, who's stuck behind bars. And it's not any better for Blueface, who's also locked up. But the real question everyone's asking is what's going on with their son. In this video, we're diving into all the chaos surrounding Chrisean Rock and Blueface's child. Who's caught in the middle of their mess? Stick around because it's not looking too good for the little one. Either Chrisean's arresting her child. Do you think having a newborn would settle things down? But for Chan Rock, things have only gotten wilder. She's staring down the barrel of an 8-year prison sentence. And the drama doesn't stop there. For those who don't know, Chrisean and rapper Blueface welcomed their baby boy back in 2023. That moment felt like a brief moment of peace. But the storm rolled in again. Instead of enjoying the joys of parenthood, both Chrisean and Blueface found themselves caught up in whirlwind of court cases, arrests, and nonstop chaos. And just when things seemed like they couldn't get worse, they did. On June 10th, while Chrisean was at Blueface's court hearing, things took a shocking turn. She showed up to support and baby in. But instead of just being there, as a spectator, her own legal troubles caught up with her. Turns out the police were already onto her. They moved fast, arresting her on the spot. Chrisean had been wanted in Oklahoma for 2 years, facing charges for possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. The whole scene played out like something straight out of a movie. TMZ cameras were rolling as she was cuffed and led away, her face a mix of shock and disbelief.
Hey, Christine.
They saying I got a whole nother case caught up in downtown. I don't even be downtown.
What was already a chaotic courtroom, with Blueface's hearing taking center stage, quickly turned into a full-blown media frenzy. But if that wasn't enough drama, things escalated even further. When Chan's infant son was taken from her right there on the spot, the chaos only deepened. No one knew where the baby would end up, and rumors started flying left and right. A source claimed the child had been taken into custody. But the question of who would care for him hung in the air, adding yet another layer of heartbreak to an already messy and heartbreaking situation. Chrisean was booked into the Los Angeles County Jail, and while she might have looked shocked and confused in the video footage of her arrest, those charges, they were no surprise to her. In fact, Chrisean had been talking about this months before it all went down in her Instagram live sessions. She had expressed hope that her legal troubles would get cleared up without her having to do time. She even mentioned how hard she had been working to get things straightened out, trying to avoid exactly what happened.
Oh, all my warrants. My warrants are getting cleaned up. I've been paying off fees and getting rid of shit, talking to certain people to help my situation out. Cause I have my son, so the old me would have just turned myself in.
But it looks like all that effort didn't work out in the end. Before she was extradited to Oklahoma, she had to deal with a charge in California. First, on June 18th, she was sentenced to 30 days in jail for an assault with a deadly weapon after her sentencing. WAC 100, Blueface's manager, shared some insight into her situation. He reassured fans that Chrisean could be home before Christmas, saying they've got 45 days to transport her. And the faster she gets to Oklahoma, the faster she'll be back. She's not looking at years behind bars. Once she's in Oklahoma custody, we could see her out in as little as 10 days, or the judge might give her a few months. Either way, we'll probably see her before Christmas. Maybe even before the summer's up. She'll be all right. After serving her 30-day sentence in California, Chrisean was transferred to a facility in Oklahoma, where she's now awaiting trial for her drug charges. These charges include failure to have tax stamp per fixed on controlled dangerous substances CDs and possession of CDs with intent to distribute. Each charge carries a 4-year sentence, meaning Chrissy, and is staring down the possibility of up to 8 years behind bars, depending on how things play out in court. And as if her legal situation wasn't tough enough, there's still the uncertainty surrounding her baby. But this isn't Chan's first run-in with the law. It's just the latest chapter in a long, messy history. Chrisean is no stranger to courtrooms. In fact, she's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons, even landing herself on Oklahoma's most wanted fugitives list. And for good reason. She's been in and out of court for years, dealing with everything from drug charges to assault cases. Her legal troubles kicked off way back on May 7, 2020, when she got hit with possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia charges in Maryland. That moment was like the start of a snowball rolling downhill. Things only got more serious from there. Charges like that, they're no joke and can lead to hefty fines and even jail time. But for Chrisean, this was just the beginning of her roller coaster ride through the legal system. Things only heated up on July 13, 2021, when she didn't show up for court. That led to a bench warrant being issued for her arrest. Not showing up for court is a serious move, and it brought even more trouble her way. Fast forward to June 2024, and that warrant is still active, showing just how deep Chan struggles with the law run. The next big chapter in Chan's run ends with the law happened just a few months later, in late November 2021. This time it wasn't about a missed court date. It was personal. Chrisean Rock was living at Blueface's house, at the time still signed to Blueface Records, after joining his label in 2020. But the situation spiraled out of control when Blueface, alongside his manager Wack 100, decided they'd had enough and called the police to remove her from the property. In a video that circulated online, Chrisean is seen standing her ground, refusing to leave the house. She insisted that she still worked for Blueface and wasn't living there for free.
I'm living here for free. I work. What are you talking about?
You work what? What do you do?
I'm an artist.
You work where?
What are you talking about?
You work where? You pay a bill?
I work for you.
You don't work
Artist.
for He dropped you a week ago. 2 weeks ago. He dropped you. You
As the police tried to de-escalate things, Wack 100's frust boiled over. He demanded that Chrisean leave, saying she had no right to stay in the house. Despite the police being involved, the situation didn't calm down after they left. In fact, things only escalated. Wack and Blueface started arguing amongst themselves, with Wack vowing to make sure Chan left one way or another.
I'll tell you what. Dead home. She gonna get up out of here one way or another. I take the hit. I take the hit on the dead home. No, she gonna get up out of here, dog.
Eventually, the police escorted Chrisean to gather her belongings. It's unclear if she actually left that day, but the whole scene was nothing short of pure chaos. But the drama didn't end there. On August 22, 2022, Chrisean found herself in hot water once again. This time in Arizona, she got hit with charges of disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing in the 3rd degree. The trespassing charge eventually got dropped, but that disorderly conduct charge stuff adding yet another layer of mess to her already complicated legal situation. And it didn't stop there when Chrisean failed to show up in court on September 6, 2022. It only made things worse. This pattern of skipping court dates was starting to paint a clear picture of her non-compliance with the law. It's one of the big reasons she's behind bars right now, and not with her child. Every time she missed a court date, it was like digging the hole a little deeper, making it harder to climb out of the legal mess she'd created. Trouble kept coming. In August 2023, Chrisean found herself in the headlines again, this time for an altercation with fellow Baddies star Vicky. The drama went down during filming in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, all over something as small as a like tweet. Reports say that Chrisean took offense to a post Vicky had liked, which led to tension between the two. All you doing clickbait stuff. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I promise you, I didn't mean to like that. No, I promise you, I'm sorry if I offended you. Vicky claimed she tried to apologize, but Chrisean wasn't having it. Instead, Chrisean threw something at her, and things escalated into a physical fight. Not long after, Vicky pressed assault charges. Even though Zeus Network tried to deny that any fight went down on set, Vicky wasn't backing down. She showed off her bruises and cuts, claiming they were from the altercation with Chan. And with Chan's already long rap sheet, this was just another chapter in her growing list of legal troubles. At this point, you think Chrisean might slow down and try to dodge the drama, but that her legal headaches only got worse. On October 26, 2023, her former hairstylist Irby Lala hit her with a civil suit. This one was Big Lala accused Chan of assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress after an incident at the Baddies premiere in January 2023, where Chan allegedly punched her in the face. To make things even more complicated, the Zeus Network was dragged into the suit for negligence. And just when you thought that was enough, another lawsuit landed on January 7, 2024. James Wright Chanel filed a civil suit against Chan for injuries he claimed he suffered during an alleged assault. The suit demanded compensation for the damage Chan's actions caused, adding yet another layer to her already tangled legal web. All these events culminated in her recent arrests, which has landed her behind bars. But let's not forget, Chrisean isn't the only parent with legal issues. While she's been busy navigating her own storm, Blueface has been facing his own set of legal battles, and they're just as intense, maybe even more.